I do want to move to the drama within the Justice Department that's unfolding right now, because reports say that FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino is furious over how the administration is handling the Epstein files, so much so that he might quit entirely. What are you hearing about the DOJ and Bongino's relationship at the moment?
Certainly a lot of speculation about Dan Bongino's intentions. There's no question about that. There's also here in Washington a degree of skepticism because there are these reports about him being furious. I saw another news organization speaking with someone who said he was out of control furious. I would note that he isn't sufficiently out of control to have actually quit yet. It just seems to be that these allies of his are leaking stories to the media about how angry he is. Now, of course, he may quit at some later point, but I think this has a degree of performativeness to it at this stage.
Help us understand the context here, because we see Bongino and Kash Patel at this point, that they both helped push the Epstein case into the national spotlight before joining the FBI. And now they're at the center of controversy. We see Patel denying any rumors that he is thinking of resigning here. But the Epstein case seems to be a very big deal to Trump's MAGA base. Could this impact Trump-backed candidates in the midterms? How big of a deal is this?
It's a very big deal, although I'm not sure the primary impact is on the midterm elections. The big deal really is the Trump administration has either been found to be engaged in a cover-up, is one possibility, or the other possibility is they were sort of inflaming the base by spreading false rumors. Because we know that Pam Bondi, for example, earlier this year, talked about an Epstein list supposedly being on her desk. That list has apparently been vaporized. The official line is it doesn't exist. So there is no easy way to reconcile those two contradictions. And I think people like Bongino and Patel, who, as you rightly say, had been to the fore in pushing theories about the Epstein files, are now in a very uncomfortable position.
Yeah, vaporized. What's going on here, Niall? And what's your read on Trump's reaction to the DOJ announcement this week that no Epstein client list exists?
You know, I think Trump's reaction, it deserves more scrutiny, to be perfectly honest. Without recapping the entire controversy here, Natasha, let's just briefly summarize where we are. Jeffrey Epstein, terrible predator. Back in 2002, New York Magazine does a profile of him. Donald Trump describes Epstein as a terrific guy and talks about how he had an eye for women, including some, quote, on the younger side. That was before Epstein was charged with anything, to be fair, but it's a very odd comment in relation to what has then come to light. Then we have the Pam Bondi comment earlier this year that I remarked upon, where she had the list, and now we don't have the list. These are things that obviously invite questions, obviously invite scrutiny, and had the political shoe been on the other foot, had a Democratic administration been doing exactly these things with that history, I think President Trump and Pam Bondi and Dan Bongino would have been shouting from the rooftops about it.
And we see Pam Bondi bearing much of the brunt of MAGA criticism tonight. We see President Trump coming to her defense in a long social media post saying that Bondi is, doing a great job, a fantastic job. Niall, is her job in jeopardy?
It doesn't appear so because of the forcefulness of President Trump's defense offer, and we're showing some of that defense on the screen there. You know, so often we see Trump administration officials playing to an audience of one, that audience being the President of the United States. If you have staunch backing from him, I don't imagine that your job is in any danger within his administration. In fact, it is he who has this gravitational pull where people around him have to comport with whatever he wants or whatever his particular line is on any number of topics on any given day.
His way, or very much the highway, for sure. Niall Stanage, always appreciate the analysis and the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.